All right, good afternoon. I am Rodney D. Robertson, the founder of Born Dope Foundation. And one reality we want to share today is that all children that experience bullying aren't withdrawn and depressed. Some of these kids are functionally depressed. They are smiling, they're engaging with family and friends like nothing is going wrong in their lives. The founder of Traeh Have a Heart Foundation would like you guys to use her hindsight and make it your prevention. Listen attentively to your children. Hear what they have to say, and also hear what they are not saying. Pay attention to their responses to your question. Whenever you ask them, how are you doing? Listen to what they're saying. Listen to what they're not saying. Let your child know that you are not a burden to them. That's very important because sometimes kids feel like, especially if you are a single parent, they feel like they don't want to be a burden to you with everything that's going on because they are watching you in life, in the household. They are watching you interact. They are watching you carry the burdens and the responsibility of running a household as a single parent. And sometimes they don't want to burden you. But I want to encourage you to let your child know that they are not a burden to you and that no matter what's going on, they can come to you and share with you at any time and about anything. It's very important that when you're going through something that you have your tribe that you can go to and be vulnerable with and let your hair down with and be human. That's very important. Again, that Facebook group for mothers who have lost a child is called A Mother's Loss and A Mother's Love. Please go there and visit them and get that support that you need. Again, we thank you for your time. Again, this is coming from the Traeh Have a Heart Foundation. It's encouraging you to remember to connect with your children, to listen to them, to accept the 13-minute challenge, and hear your kids out with uninterrupted time. Your kids have your undivided attention. Be blessed.
I was speaking to a man a few days ago, and all that could come to mind was better days are coming. But as those days, he said, there's a lot of days that'll trouble you, but better days are coming. But what you need to know is you need to stay strong. And the key word is to stay. Don't give up. Stay. And he reminded me of a story of when he was young. That his daddy asked him to stay up with him one night to watch the fireflies. Well, you know, him being a little child, I don't want to do that. So, but he decided to stay. And he said, later on, he said that was the most amazing thing that he's ever seen. And then he said one day, his mama said, he was asking his mama, when was the food gonna be ready? And she said, well, you stay here and help me cook it. Oh, and being the child that he was, he said, I don't want to do this. But he stayed and helped his mama make the best lasagna he said he ever had in his life. One day he was on a basketball court, just out there playing by himself, and there were some kids playing 2-on-2, and one of the kids had to go home, so the guy asked him, can you stay and play with us? Well, he said they lost the game, but he said 30-something years later they still win from that day. But the key word was, you had to stay. Ever since then, when he got older, he was told to stay focused, stay out of trouble. And all those things with the trials and tribulations of growing up, they started to weigh on him, so he got stressed. And he wanted to give up. He decided one day that he said, I decided to talk to somebody and not hold everything in. And that when he didn't hold it in, things started to get better. He let it out by talking. And he said, okay, his friends, all of these things made him smile, but he was still battling things through his life. But he decided to stay. And so one day, he decided to tell someone else, you know, something that could help. And through talking, he didn't have to stay. He learned that he didn't have to stay alone. That the pain doesn't disappear, but the pain gets easier. And as it goes and goes and goes along, the pain starts to go away, but you have to choose to stay. And then, what we need to do, y'all see, I wrote this down because I usually don't write things. I usually just talk. But it said, the thing came to me and said, we need to burn the ships of the past so that we focus on like putting bricks on a shallow shelf. It's going to go away one day. It's going to fall. So I stand here to tell you today that you are amazing. You are great. You are destined for greatness, and you are not alone. But in order for you to understand that, you must stay. So the message is for today that through the smiles and through all of those things that have happened, not only here, but in many other places, that it illuminates and it resonates through all of us. We all miss. We all share that. We all share the burdens of what happened. We all share the stress, that fighting every day, getting up every morning knowing that we're not okay. So, but what we are seeing is a pain that was never felt before. A pain that never ends. It's called mental depression. It's an invisible disease that nobody wants to talk about. But we got to talk about this thing. We got to talk about the problems that we have. It shows up in people with great smiles. They hide behind the pain behind those smiles. It shows up in people with excellent jobs. So there's a lot of people that know it. It's like I said, it's invisible. But life is long. Life is hard. Life is tough. But life is worth it. We all feel that pain. But I'm here with a word from up above. You are worthy. You are great. But you need to stay.
Suicide is a taboo thing until it happens. Everybody's still under the word, under the love. So you are looking at it face to face. This is us looking at it face to face. But this isn't a sad moment. I don't want this to be a sad moment. I want it to be a moment of encouragement, a moment to push everybody forward, and a moment to release positivity to keep their memories alive, and so that this doesn't happen again.